Hi folks, welcome back to Glowsniff Garage. This is an update on the Project Tofu Veilside Nissan Skyline. Marched on ahead with the build, got quite a few things done over the weekend, so I'm going to cover some of the things that I've achieved in this video. So let's take a closer look. Okay, so here I've got the engine bay, which I've pretty much completed. Need to add a couple of little extra details, but as you can see, got everything in place. The Hobby Design photo etch on the radiator there, and on the inside the radiator fan. Make that out in there, it's pretty dark. Yeah, this is all painted up. A couple extra little bits I'd like to add, some tubing, wiring and things like that. I'll see how I feel about doing that. The build competition that I'm entering in, the engine is not going to be part of it, so I might enter it and then go back to it later and add in some extra little details. But yeah, just quite happy with how it turned out. Added some gold accents, which I've kind of continued through the car. We'll take a look at them soon. Yeah, really happy with how this turned out. The only disappointing thing was it's half an engine block. So the engine, as you can see, it's just cast into the engine bay here. So yeah, it's looking good. So next up we've got the interior here. Haven't really done too much with this, I just gave it a coat of Tamiya semi-gloss black. Dashboard here as well, just the same. Just gave it a sort of base coat for me to work off of. I've got some photo etch to add into the door cards here, the door handles and the speaker grills. So yeah, the interior's still to really make a start in the interior. I've got an old race seat from a really old model here that I'm going to strip, repaint and flock. Made a start on sanding it down, but it was quite tough to get into the middle here. I've had to look out the Dremel tool, get a sanding bit on it and just try and sand back as much of this paint as possible before I repaint it and flock it. I've also got some Hobby that came with the photo etch, some Hobby Design seat belts and buckles and stuff, so I'll be able to make my own harness for this. Doesn't look too great just now, but hopefully it'll look pretty nice once I've fixed it up. And then the next thing that I've done here is added the decals, painted the wheels on here, so put the centre caps in and the decals that say Advan Racing RSDF, it's the name of these particular wheels. I think the wheels have turned out really nice with the red. It's Tamiya mica red, just the same colour that I've used for the body. I also did the exposed parts in the top of the wheel arches there, so that when the engine bay is sitting in these sections here which are visible, I just painted them up, added a bit of detail to them. And we've got the underside. This is mostly complete, there's going to be more bits that I'm going to be adding to this. I just gave that a paint, more gold accents throughout the car, just to kind of carry that theme on. Bit disappointed that it wasn't a removable exhaust. It's moulded in. I was going to try and make my own exhaust, but the way that it's moulded, it would have meant too much cutting away. I would have had to have filled holes and stuff on the chassis, so I decided to just leave it as is, and then I've got an exhaust tip to come off the end here. That and the half engine setup is my two main gripes with this kit. Other than that, it's a really nice kit. But yeah, this is the chassis so far. Like I say, a couple of little bits still to go in this, but it's pretty much done. Turned out quite nice. Then we've got the body as well, which I've painted. It's a little bit dusty there. Like I said, this was Tamiya mica red spray paint on the top and Tamiya semi-gloss black on the bottom. Two coats of red, 2 coats of black. So really there's 4 coats on the black, but this is still to be clear coated and polished, but I'll be waiting until we're closer to the end before I start worrying about that. So I was playing about with the flocking for the seat earlier on, and it seems to have gotten everywhere. Yeah, cut out the hood as well. So I have a replacement hood to fit in. And I've also been chopping up an old roll cage, so this will fit into the interior. Like this, and then the cross member coming across the back here, just into over the back seats. I also have a piece that has to come across here for me to attach the harness to. So part of the build off that this car is for, you have to make a couple of your own scratch built parts. So I've got a hold of some styrene, and this is the first part. So this is styrene at the bottom. There's a couple of pieces of blue sprue off of a Calsonic Nissan Skyline. So I'm not quite complete with this. I was working on this today, so it's almost there. It's tidy it up a little bit, cut off these extra sections here. So my scratch built parts will be this and the front splitter and possibly the spoiler as well. It's my first time working with styrene. A little bit trickier than I thought it was going to be. I ordered the wrong size, so this was 0.5 mil. So a bit on the thin side, so there is a couple of bits where I've had to double up, like do 2 layers. It's coming together nicely. It's turning out better than I thought it was going to be. But we'll have a wee look and see how it fits in the car, and just try and show you what it's going to look like. It'll look a lot better than this when it's finished. This is just the sort of first draft, I suppose. Let's take a wee look at that. Okay, so I've got the body back on the chassis and my rear diffuser here. So the idea is, this is going to slot in here like that. I still need to just tweak it slightly. It fits reasonably well just now, but it needs to be tidied up a little bit more work done to it to get it to just be the way I'm wanting it to be. So that'll fit there, leaving room for the exhaust to come out. I'll be doing the same for the front here. Headlights will fill out. I've got a template here that I'm going to use for my styrene, so that when I'm cutting it I'm getting the right kind of shape. So this is an old kit that I made, and I've kind of salvaged some parts. It's one of the first kits I made. You can see the thumbprints in the paint. Yeah, this will sort of go under here. I need it to be bigger though, so I might use this as a basis and build off of it. I'm going to have some winglets coming up the side here, and some struts coming off the front to support it. But yeah, that was just an update on the Project Tofu Skyline. Really enjoying it so far. There's some excellent builds being posted up in the group. It's definitely worth going over, even if you don't enter, just to check out what's happening. Some of the builds look amazing. There's somebody building a Toyota Hilux with what looks like a Nissan Skyline R34 front end on it, with an open bed rear engine that looks crazy, looks amazing. And yeah, there's just a lot of really great work getting done. There's a cracking little Nissan Micra, Nissan March getting built as well. Looks fantastic. So yeah, definitely a lot of great builds in this build off. So yeah, go check out the 124 JDM Facebook group, check out some of the builds. Leave a wee like and a comment, and subscribe if you like these videos. And I will see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.